This is The World of Nutrition with Marilyn Lamer. My name is Sue Roskoff. I'm here with the World of Ability Podcast Network, and it is my true pleasure to be introducing to you your host for this evening, Marilyn Lamer. Marilyn, how you doing?
Aloha. Thank you. I'm great. How are you?
Fabulous. It's so good to see you, and I am so excited. You've got some great guests coming in tonight.
I do. I'm really excited. And I wanted to just share about my first guest. Welcome to the World of Nutrition podcast, Nutrition for the Body, Mind, and Soul. And my first guest today is Deborah Harrison, who has dedicated more than 30 years to helping people and animals experience greater health, balance, and well being. An acupuncturist since 1993, Deborah is also certified in healing touch, Reiki, nutrition, and esoteric acupuncture. Her lifelong love of animals led her to study animal communication and work extensively with pets and horses. Today, she brings together acupuncture, energy healing, and animal communication to support both people and animals with compassion, intuition, and care. I love that, Deborah. Tell us a little bit more.
Uh, it's hard to tell a little bit because it's been a long process. Lately, I've been going more into the animal communication, which has developed into a whole industry almost of people connecting to their animals more than we used to like 30 years ago. It's very different now. They're using animals for healing. Um, I see all kinds of things happening in different places where and they even use horses for healing projects. And then the acupuncture, I've done that for a long time. Most of it is pain management, but I also do stress management and esoteric acupuncture, which esoteric is based on um, sacred geometry and working outside the body and working on soul purpose and goals and things like that, as opposed to working on organs inside the body where it's limited. The acupuncture inside the body is a closed system. So you can only do so much. It doesn't really expand. It only expands as much as the human body expands. But if you go outside of that into the energetic fields, then it's limitless.
That is fascinating. I did not know that. Wow. So yeah, I've experienced an acupuncture session with you, which was fantastic, phenomenal. I felt amazing afterwards. And um
But
I don't know, were you doing outside things as well?
usually, as far as I can remember what we did, I did basic stuff.
Okay.
I did when I start working with somebody, I do the basic, get the body, get the physical body into balance. And then as we work together and do more, then we're able to expand on that.
That is so cool. Well, I'm excited to experience
Yeah.
and learn more as we go along. And then you said you use animals for healing and horses for healing projects. I'm
Peop-
curious.
Well, people do that. I don't. I don't have that kind of a practice. My animals, what I do with animals is the communication. So take the pet owner or the horse owner and help them connect better with their animal through communicating with their animal. Sometimes it's behavioral issues. Sometimes a pet owner just wants to bring another animal into the house and they want to know if it's okay and they want everything to flow, stuff like that. But as far as people, I mean, they use them for emotional support. There's projects where people, you can go into these ranches and they have a table set outside and the horses come up and interact with you while you're getting worked on. Um, yeah, I've looked through videos looking for that kind of stuff to see what they're doing, and they're doing quite a bit. So people are getting very creative with horses. Um, And of course, the dogs have been helping people emotionally and with physical handicaps for a long time, a long time. And I haven't seen cats in too many programs yet, but cats are their own human, their own being. They are very independent and on a more spiritual level, or they say the cats are the watchers. And when you have cats, they're watching out for you and they're watching all around. And so when you communicate with a cat, it's kind of different than communicating with a dog. Um, I can do more. I can cut more deals with a cat. In other words, if we do this for you, will you do this for us? Whereas it's kind of hard to do that with a dog. A dog doesn't sort of do that.
That is fascinating. What
Yeah.
kind of deals have you cut with cats before?
Oh, things like cats want to go out. There was what comes to mind is this cat a long time ago that wanted to go across the street to the bird feeder. And they didn't want him crossing the street. They wanted him to stay on the property. And I said, well, if they put a bird feeder on your side of the property, will you leave the other one across the street alone? And he said, yeah, he would. Now, I don't remember what the owner did. When I talk to people, when people want me to talk to their cats and we get to that where we have to cut a deal, I like to make sure that the owner's willing to go through with the deal because it's not fair to the cat if we're going, yeah, well, we're going to do this, and then we don't do it because the owner doesn't want to do it, and there or whatever the reason is. Um, but yeah, those are the kinds of things that you can do with cats.
That is fascinating. It's like a child, kind of.
It is. It's like a child. It's like, yeah, it's a lot like a child.
That is, oh my gosh, that is amazing. My mind is blown. And then, and then what about like more acupuncture? You were at the Spirit Expo this past weekend where I saw you, and
Yes.
yeah, how are you helping people there with your acupuncture?
It was mostly doing stress management. People, I mean, people are really stressed right now. And, you know, can you blame them? A lot is expected from us right now, in performance. And it's stressful. And then with all the changes in things like solar flares and Schumann resonance and all of that, that all affects us. We think maybe it doesn't, but it does. And when I have a rough day, like an unusually rough day, and I'm not talking about work, but I'm talking about emotional focus or feeling good or whatever, I'll call some friends and ask them, hey, how was your day? What was it like? They usually have the same sort of day. They were either tired or stressed or something. So that's when I know we're being affected by everything that's going on around us, including, if you think about it, we're all connected, like think of your neighborhood. We're all connected in the neighborhood. Okay, energetically, we're all connected. So you start feeling if the neighborhood is stressed, say, like now we got the hurricane, right? And everybody's freaking out about the hurricane coming. So people may feel they may not be freaking out about the hurricane coming, but if they're a little susceptible, they're going to be going, well, why am I worried about the hurricane? Because I don't usually freak out about that. And it's because all of this energy is all around us all the time with people, because we're pretty crowded in the area that I live. I can go to a shopping center or whatever in my neighborhood and I got a lot of people. So, yeah, it's just something to think about when your day isn't going the way you should think it should be. Understand this may not be you. It may be what's around you. And so ground yourself, and grounding yourself helps you stay focused. And that's one thing I do when I acupuncture people is I ground them.
I love that. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
to go to Coolio Beach Park yesterday. and just
Oh,
walk
did
in the
you?
water for a little bit. Yeah, just
Oh,
to get the grounding
nice.
in. Yeah,
Yeah, the sand is really good on your feet.
yeah, yeah. Because on Sunday, I mean, the day after, I don't know how you were feeling. However, I was like laying in bed. I felt
Um,
so tired.
on what day? Sunday or Monday?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Um, I was tired that day, but I had the expo and it's like, pump it up, Deb, you got to do it. And then I had to work on 3 horses out at Barber's Point on Monday. So I had to keep grounding and keep moving forward. And I couldn't really let myself down. By Monday afternoon, I was pretty tired. So, yeah.
So, how do you ground yourself, or what do you recommend for grounding?
Well, you remember Mo'olele that was sitting on my table? That big black rock?
I don't.
Oh my God. He must weigh about 10 pounds.
Oh,
He's a
okay.
giant round lava rock, and his name is Mo'olele. And you can put your hands on a rock like that, and it just helps center you and bring you. That's why I bring him to the expo, because they set me across all these card readers, and these
Mhm.
card readers are out in the ethers. And so I sit there with my rock on the table, and people will come by and they'll put their hands on the rock and touch it and look at it and stuff. But that's a really good way to ground, is to get your hands on a good solid rock, something in the earth. Um, I know some people would ground on trees. That's
Mhm.
another one because the roots go into the ground. And if you're near sand, sand works really nicely. But I know with this podcast, not everybody's around sand.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, definitely like the grass. I like grass too. Barefoot on the
Ye-
grass.
Yes, grass works nicely.
Okay.
And barefoot is important because the rubber in our shoes makes it harder for us to ground. It's better to have a leather bottom shoe than to have a rubber bottom shoe.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And nowadays, that's really hard to get because they put rubber on the bottoms of all of our shoes.
Mhm.
So yeah, you just take a few minutes and take your rubber shoes off and sit. You can actually sit in the grass or sit in the sand. And then, of course, horses are very grounding.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's 4 feet. That's hundreds of pounds with 4 feet on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, so you and the horse focus in one space, and it's grounding. It's what's helped keep me grounded all these years because I would
awesome.
ride 5 days a week.
Wow. Okay. Is there a place that people can do that with the horses?
In Hawaii, it's kind of hard.
Oh,
Um, yeah, most of the barns are private.
I see.
So you have to get connected with trainers and things like that. But you can't, like if you just want to touch a horse or something, we have trail rides and things like that here in Hawaii. But to go into barns, you kind of have to know people or know where the barns are. And then you can go in and you can volunteer. Barns like to have volunteers.
Oh, okay. I love that. Yes.
And there are a few nonprofits with horses that I'm pretty sure they will take volunteers. I don't know the names of the nonprofits because I wasn't prepared for our
Oh, that's fine.
conversation to go down this road, but you can look on the internet for nonprofits with horses and call them and ask them if they need help.
I love that. Yeah, and then going back to your acupuncture, I would love to hear like a couple of your favorite stories or testimonials that you have from your clients.
Oh, hmm. I can't. Well, let's see. I've got one guy, I worked with him for about 3 months straight. He was in his 70s. He could hardly walk. He could walk, but not for long. He had to sit down, and he had a dog. He wanted to walk his dog. And to make that story short, we got him on herbs. I got him walking. He can walk his dog for however long he wants now. And he's getting stronger and better. And he is so grateful for this. He said, "You have just changed my life. You've made it so that I can spend time with my dog." So I get stories like that pretty often where, or somebody will come up and say, "You changed my life." And I just kind of, I'm like, "Okay, really? I changed your life?" Because I take each person as an individual, but I'm not like hunting for all the things that aren't right. I just do what spirit guides me to do. And, we get it done, but people will tell me that I've done things that have just changed their life. And I'm like, wow, because it's a surprise to me. Because I just take acupuncture as acupuncture, and I don't realize that I touch people that deeply in certain situations. I guess is what it is.
That's amazing. Yeah, to have somebody be able to walk with their dog.
Yeah, he's just so happy he can walk his dog. That's his
Mhm.
whole life. He rescued his dog, and his dog's older, and it gives him a focus. The dog has a focus, and they're great companions. They work really well together. So, yeah.
Do you do acupuncture on yourself?
Yes, I prefer
Oh,
not to, but I
okay.
do. I want to be treated. I want somebody to treat me. Um,
Absolutely.
and it's difficult for me to find people that I want to work on me. But when I can't find people, then I work on myself. And I can do leg points and arm points and face points. It's just hard for me to do back points. Um, yeah. And of course, it would be my upper back that really needs help, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how I feel. I'm like my neck and my back and my shoulders.
that's where a good portion of people carry stress is
Oh,
neck, shoulders. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders,
yeah, yeah.
most of us, in some way or another. We do. And then if you have depression, which a lot of people right now suffer from depression, and they move in and out of it at different levels of depression, but that is all around your head, neck, and shoulders. Depression is just a weight. Yeah.
So acupuncture can help relieve
Oh
some of that
yeah, I do acupuncture and herbs for that.
pressure.
And I mean, I can't do it in one treatment, but
Right.
basically what I do is I reprogram the brain. We have to reprogram the brain when people get themselves into certain situations, because starting, our brain was, as we were evolved, it was programmed for negativity. That's how we survived, is through negative things that happen. We went, "Oh, that didn't work. We need to not do that ever again," and we go forward. But now we are in a whole different world now, where we don't need to be programmed for negativity anymore. We can be programmed for positive thinking. And the way we do it is to, for example, you get up in the morning, and every morning you sit down with your coffee or tea or breakfast or whatever it is, and you tell yourself how grateful you are for this meal or these people that you're gathering with for breakfast. You do it every day, so that just these little things you show gratitude and be thankful for. That changes the programming in the brain to a more positive programming. And then we can get rid of some of that negative programming that has been in us for centuries. You know, it was a survival thing. And we are all truly, we should all be beyond survival right now. Although not all of us have accomplished that yet. Um, that's where we should be. Because when we look around us, we really have everything available to us.
Mhm.
And when everything is available the way it is to us, then we can progress spiritually. And we can go far spiritually because of what's available to us.
Wow, wow. So when you're talking about that, my heart just like fluttered. I was like, ooh, that's so
Oh,
interesting. And that's true. Like always finding the silver lining or being in a gratefulness,
yeah.
attitude of gratitude.
Hmm. Yeah. Gratitude does it every time. And but we got to pat ourselves on the back sometimes because I think we're doing a pretty good job considering where this civilization has come from. And in 50, 60, 70 years, this is where we're at now. I think we're doing pretty good, you know?
Absolutely. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Deborah, for
Oh,
talking
you're
with
welcome.
us and being on the podcast. Please tell our listeners where they can find you
What, like a phone number?
or a website or, yeah.
Okay, website's under construction. We're redoing that. So the
Oh,
phone number is 808-864-2152. And I'd
mhm.
love to hear from anybody that was listening to this.
Yeah.
I haven't done too many podcasts, so this is an interesting new way to communicate for me.
Absolutely. And you know what's fun is Selena, who is my next guest, and you and
Mhm.
we all live in the same area on Oahu. We
Oh,
all
Selena,
are in
Selena
Hawaii.
lives out here too.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh
it's so fun.
gosh.
And I would love
Oh,
for you
then
guys to connect after.
yes, we'll all have to get together.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Deborah.
Oh, thank you.
Right. So our next guest is Miss Selena. She's the founder and lead artist of CC Link. She began her career in makeup artistry in 2017 and transitioned into permanent makeup in 2020, helping clients enhance their natural beauty and confidence. In 2025, Selena expanded her work into paramedical tattooing using art to support people on their healing journeys. From beautifully shaped brows to 3D areola tattooing, Selena is passionate about creating a safe, personalized experience and making a meaningful impact in her community here in Hawaii. And I'm just so thankful to have met you, Selena. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Me too. Yeah, please tell us a little bit more about your journey because I was so amazed by everything you do.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, I started actually as a makeup artist when I was living in Vegas. So I lived in Vegas for 10 years, went to makeup school, and I just became obsessed with eyebrows. So I really honed in on eyebrows, and I'm like, I want to tattoo these on people's faces. Because I realized what a big impact that it really had on people's faces, but also their lives. And so I did all of my training, my apprenticeship, all in Vegas. And then during COVID, I decided it was time to come back home, and I opened this little studio of mine here in Hawaii Kai and doing so permanent makeup, so which is eyebrow tattooing, eyeliner, and lip blush as well. And then as for paramedical tattooing, that includes, like you said, the 3D areola tattoos, along with the other paramedical tattooing, which is scar camouflage and also English stretch mark revision. And it really just everything as a whole, making women feel beautiful and comfortable in their own skin, um, camouflaging scars already. It's not just helping you physically. It's also the PTSD that came with some of these scars. And just making women feel beautiful and confident is just the best job in the world.
I know when you showed me some of the things that you were doing and some of the nonprofits that you've been partnering with just to help the community, like I was in tears because it's just like I
Oh,
didn't know that this existed and how beautiful it is for you to be a support for and help these women, especially, that are going
thank
through the,
you.
the scars and the radiation and the surgeries and all of that, right?
Right. I've been really lucky to connect with the Susan G. Komen people who specialize in breast cancer research. And so I was able to go to the breast cancer walk last year and I had my little booth and I could um, kind of explain to the ladies and the survivors there what I do and how I could help them. Not only if they have mastectomies from the breast cancer with the 3D areola tattoos, but also after you go through all of that, a lot of the time your hair doesn't grow back as much as you would expect it to. So making really beautiful and natural eyebrows or just bringing some color back to your lash line really do make a really big difference for these ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I watch your social media all the time, and I mean, people fly from the mainland, you guys, to come to Hawaii to get their eyebrows done by Selena. Like, that is like a huge testimony.
I can't believe it. I'm so honored. People even from just like the Big Island, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna fly down." Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It just means the world to me that they trust me with their face and their stories that they tell me. It's just like I'm so blessed, honestly.
Yeah. And how I would love to hear, like, with some of your clients that have gotten either the eyebrow tattoo or the 3D areola tattoo, like, how has that changed their life? How do they see themselves or help with their confidence?
The confidence boost is the biggest thing. Even with just eyebrows, a lot of women who have had strokes, who can't see very well anymore, who, might have MS now and things are not how they originally were, and just trying to get that symmetry back for them and honestly making their lives a lot easier because they're not spending time every morning 15 minutes trying to draw in their eyebrows to make them straight or this side's bigger than the other and it saves them time. It's crazy to me that these women have such a grand reaction after getting their eyebrows done. Um, we're both in tears because it changed their lives in such a positive way. Um, and it's so rewarding for me. And also with the 3D areola tattoos, these women have been through so much already with their cancer battles, a lot of them multiple times, which, you know, first, I thank them for still being here and fighting for their lives, and then trusting me with such a vulnerable thing, especially for a woman. They want to feel like a woman as well, and they want to feel confident and beautiful, and giving them one or two areolas, even if it's just for themselves, it just makes them feel that more confident, that more feminine, and can kind of bring them back to before they had the cancer. And it's just the most rewarding thing for me to see that confidence come back.
Yeah. How did you figure that out? That's something that could be done or, fill that need.
I um I have well like almost all of us here know people who have had breast cancer. Unfortunately, it's way too common for us. I have multiple aunties who have struggled with breast cancer who don't have areolas. And I didn't understand why. I'm like, why would they have to take it off? And now what can we do about it? And I've seen other paramedical tattoo artists, mostly on Instagram, show their work and the 3D effect. to the areolas and to the nipples is so beautiful and so amazing. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to make that change in women's lives, and it's such an art, and it's so beautiful to me, um, to create something so realistic and that can help so many women.
Gosh, yeah, that's so cool. So, um, gosh, I have all these questions that are just flooding my brain. So, how did Susan be with the Coleman? Is that
Did you come in?
yeah? How did they find you, or how did you find them?
Oh, so my mother-in-law was actually a part, she used to help them 10, 20 years ago, because she's a nurse and she worked in a cancer center. So she worked very closely with them and she told me about them. And she's like, you should reach out and see what you can do to help. And I said, sure. So I had my booth at the walk, and then I've met with the director separately, and we had a really great chat about the 3D areola tattoos and also trying to bring awareness to them because a lot of the survivors didn't even know that this was an option, which was kind of alerting to me because, they're so happy that they are cancer free. And then what? They're like, okay, I'm good. We survived it. That's great. That's great. But then 10 years later, they're like, I still don't feel like myself. And they should absolutely be aware that these kind of options are available for them. And I have been trying to connect with doctors and surgeons so that they can at least bring it to their attention that, okay, you actually do have options after this. And I did bring up to her also that I think that this should be covered by insurance. This is, if you can get your your breasts reconstructed covered by insurance, why not the areola tattoo? Because it's part of your healing journey, and I think that it should absolutely be included. So that is something huge that I would really like to work on with other people, but that's down the line, but it's definitely a goal that I would like to reach.
Yeah, I just love your heart so much, like your heart to just help other people and see things that they wouldn't normally do. And if there's any way that I can help, bring more awareness, please let me know as well. Or even the
Thank you
listeners,
so
like,
much.
yeah, because I had no idea until I talked with you, right? So it's just like, oh,
Yeah, it's a surprise. Yeah, that's like, wait, what do you mean? What is that? Yeah, so thank you. I really appreciate that.
oh, absolutely. And you guys, I have to tell you, I went to Selena's it's like a she shed. It is so beautiful.
Oh,
Like,
let me
yeah,
show
her
you. Oh, wait,
office,
it's
her
blurry.
space is, yeah, if you want to unblur it and show everyone, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And she was wearing
It's
these like
so
fun, like mermaid eyelashes and
cool.
stuff. And I was just like, I love it. Her makeup was on point, and it's just like to have a consultation and talk with her. She just makes you feel so comfortable and figures out like what is the best solution for you. And so I just so appreciate that, and like how warm and gentle and loving you are.
Thank you. I love that it's a really intimate space where it's just you and I. There's not a bunch of people walking around. It's not like a tattoo shop where it's a little intimidating. And I do a consultation with every single client, no matter what they book, just in case, so I know their goals, and it might be different than what they think they actually wanted. So it's communication is huge for both of us. So I know exactly what you want and how I can really make that happen for them.
That's so awesome. Yeah. And
Thank
then
you.
do you have any events or like
Not events
okay.
specifically, no. Um, but yeah, no events coming up.
Okay. Well, what kind of like people do you like to be connected to, or professions, or yeah.
Everyone. I want
I
to be
love
connected with everyone. All the women. I'm a hardcore feminist, so all the women. And I really want people to know that all ages 18 and over are welcome here, and I want them to feel safe. And a lot of clients recently have told me that they really appreciate seeing all ages and all shapes and sizes of people on my page because that's reality. And I want everyone to be able to feel beautiful. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're in your 80s, I can still do your eyebrows, Grandma. Come over.
Love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so good. And is there like how can I help you, or if there's any stories that you want to share, like that are your favorites on how you helped your
Mm,
clients?
My favorites were I a few months ago, well, a couple years ago actually, I had a client come in for a consultation and she was really excited and we booked a month later, and then she messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm actually having some health issues. I'm not sure what's wrong, but we're running tests, so let's please reschedule for a later time." I said, "Of course." A year later, she reached out to me saying that she had a stroke, and she was half of her face was paralyzed and they had to figure everything out. And so she's like, "But I'm ready to schedule now." And so she came back and we talked about everything. Um, just bring that symmetry back for her. And, half of her body wasn't working the way that she wanted it to. And so even just trying to draw her eyebrows in every morning was such a huge chore for her. So we had a really emotional connection, especially after she saw her eyebrows for the first time. And it gets really emotional in here. We're, it's it's uh it's a safe space, so I'm glad that they can.
Yeah.
But that and the first areola tattoo that I did, she's actually a family friend of mine, and the fact that I could help her bring her confidence back and make her feel like a woman again. It was very emotional in the best way possible. And so, yeah, it's crazy that these kind of stories happen so often, but it's a lot of things that people don't think about, People's eyesight may not be as good as it was before. They can't see what they're doing, health issues, or they're just tired of drawing in their eyebrows every day. And it takes a lot of time. So I'm like, I got you. I'll do
Yeah,
it.
I love that. Well, and I never thought of like somebody who had had a stroke that is paralyzed would like that would help benefit them. Yeah, that makes so
Yeah.
much sense.
It was a shock to me too, honestly. That wasn't something that I even thought of that could help people. And she came in and I was like, wow, this is can make a difference. And it did, and it's the best feeling.
I know, gosh. And so do you get to see your clients when you do like touch-ups or follow-ups or
Yeah, so we do your initial session, and then 6 to 8 weeks later you come in for your touch up. And that's really your perfection session. So if anything, one side might heal a little bit better than the other. Maybe you want your eyebrows thicker or darker, or you want them filled in a little bit more. That's when we would make those types of tweaks there. And
Mhm.
then people are like, "When do I come back after that?" And I say an annual touch-up is recommended, but if your eyebrows last longer than that and if you think they look great, then go longer. But a lot of the times it's more just like a color boost. They just need a little bit of color to come back, especially here in Hawaii, where people are going to the beach a lot. So they're in the sun. Um, they're sweating a lot. They're super oily. So things like that um, really affect the longevity of your permanent makeup too.
And how would you address somebody who has like never gotten a tattoo? Because when I met you, I was like,
Oh,
I've never gotten a tattoo, and I would love
it
for you to share
happens
with the
every
listeners.
day.
Okay.
First of all, women are just badass and they're like, tattoo my face as my first tattoo. I'm like, yes. Um, I make sure they're really comfortable first. A way of doing that is explain the entire process to them first so they know what to expect. So the consultation is super important. So I explain everything. And then I map out your brows according to your facial structure and make sure that you're comfortable with everything before we even start tattooing. Once we start tattooing, I do a very, very light first pass, which means I'm just really grazing the skin a little bit. And most of the time people are like, it's a little stingy, but I can handle it. Women are strong. Women are so strong. But once I open up your skin a little bit, I use the secondary numbing. Don't feel anything after that. People usually take a nap.
Oh, that's right. I
So
remember you said that.
yeah, people fall asleep all the time. So making them feel comfortable is very important to me. And I'm really happy that most of the ladies do tell me that it was a great experience. So really, really happy that this is a safe environment for them.
Absolutely. And you just had a huge milestone on your Instagram, right? You hit a certain
Yes,
mark. What is your
I
next goal?
did.
And what was
My
your goal?
next goal,
You want to share with everyone? Yeah.
well, my first goal was to just be to get more clients and be booked and for people to bring awareness. And so for the month of August, I'm fully booked. Yay.
I know.
Um,
Congratulations.
which is huge for me. I've been doing this for 6 years now, and I've gotten close, but never the entire month ahead be fully booked out. So it's huge for me. Um, in the future, a goal of mine would love to be to start teaching courses and being able to travel and teach master classes as well because I specialize in very natural hair strokes for brows. That's definitely a technique that is newer, and I think that being able to travel and teach people at the same time would be a dream. So that's a big goal of mine.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And how can people find you?
I have an Instagram. It's CCX Inc. CECEX Inc. And on that page, you can go to my booking link as well. It's also ccinc.square.site. And I also have a website, ccincstudio.com. So any which way you can find me. Also on TikTok, CCX Inc. So all the platforms, yes.
Love it. And what is your next milestone to hit for your Instagram? Because you just had a big giveaway because you hit a
Oh.
certain amount of followers.
Yeah, I just did that. Was it last month? I hit 2,000 followers, and just 2 days ago, I hit 3,000 followers. So I think my next one
Congratulations.
is, thank you. Next one will be 10. Next time we talk, it'll be 10.
Let's go. I love it. Love that.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. And I've shared your posts as well on my social media as well. So
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
absolutely. Yeah, I love what you do, and I appreciate you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So I just wanted to thank both of our guests, Deborah and Selena, today for being on the World of Nutrition podcast, Nutrition for Your Body, Mind, and Soul. I did want to give a little testimony. As you all know, I am a huge advocate for mental wellness, and this is why I help to promote Frequence, which is a mental wellness company infused with harmonic frequencies. So one of the products that I have been loving is a creatine. And so that helps to support strength, stamina, focus, and mental endurance. And, before I thought creatine was only for, gym people or bodybuilders. And it was like, no, we actually, when we use creatine, it goes to our brains as well. So it really helps support the brain. So I would love to be connected to coaches, trainers, busy professionals who are looking for sustainable energy for both their body and mind. And then also, just thank you so much to Sue and Kurt and Emily. And we're all a part of a nonprofit called the Mutual Aid Network. And what we do is everybody has talents. Not everybody has the finances. So we help to trade time with each other to be able to support. And this is worldwide. So, the way that I support Mutual Aid Network is I love bringing people together all around the world to come together and sing karaoke. And so we'll sing, and we'll hear people. We've heard professional singers, we've heard people sing and play their instruments. Like, it's just fantastic. And they have different events and just bringing awareness on how we can help each other globally. So thank you to Mutual Aid Network as well. And we will see you again on another World of Nutrition podcast on the second Friday in Hawaii, from 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 p.m. Hawaii time. Aloha. Thank you.